guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a delicious steak bite recipe. It is very minimal ingredients. You should have everything on hand. I will explain a few things as I go. It's my recipe for Chipotle steak bites. It is a little herby, a little bright, smoky, spicy, and it's just a beautiful pairing of all of those flavors. So let's go over all of the ingredients and let's get started. Okay guys, so we've got all of our ingredients sitting out ready to go, but first what you're going to do is you're going to get a large cast iron skillet on the stove over medium heat, and you're going to let that come up to heat. You're going to want it smoking hot. You want your pan as hot as it can get without warping your pan. If you're doing this in a non-stick skillet, I would do it about medium, no more than medium, and you want to get it warm but not hot because it can warp your pan. So what you're going to need for this is salt and pepper, some garlic, parsley, butter, water, lemon zest, and lemon juice. I'm going to need some chipotle. This is chipotle and adobo, and what I do to this, and I always do it, is I just blitz it up in my food processor. I just open the can, dump it all in the food processor or the blender, and then blitz it until it's completely smooth. And it stores in the refrigerator for a while. And then you're going to need about 2 pounds of beef. Now I have London broil in here. You can do whatever type of meat that you like. You can do steak, T-bone, you know, any kind that you like. It's up to you. And I've just cut it into about 1 inch by 1.5 inch pieces. I find that that is a good size. Okay guys, so what I have been doing is just zesting my lemon in here. I want the whole lemon zested. I'm going to set this aside for later. And now what we're going to do is just season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. You want it really well seasoned. And now you're going to add in your chipotle peppers. Now when it comes to heat, it is all about your heat tolerance. So if 1 tablespoon is too spicy, go ahead and tone down on the chipotle. If it's not spicy enough for you, go ahead and add in a little bit more. It is completely up to you. I'm going to add in about 1.5 tablespoons. And all I'm going to do to this is just mix this together until it is very well coated in that lemon zest, salt, pepper, and chipotle. And then all we're going to do to this is just set it aside and let it rest for about 30 minutes. Now you can do this the night before if you prefer. That is completely fine. Just cover it with some plastic wrap or in a glass container. Make sure you cover it. And then just pop it in the, the refrigerator until you need it. So that looks nice and well coated. So I'm just going to let this hang out for about 30 minutes, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay guys, my pan is nice and hot, and my beef tips have been marinating for about 30 minutes. All I'm just going to do is add in just a little bit of neutral oil. I don't want to add olive oil in here. You can if you want to, if that's what you prefer. And then I'm just going to cook this in batches. Now be very careful because this pan is very hot. You get them in there, and you're going to let them sit for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. And then you're just going to remove them from the pan into a clean plate. into a bowl. So, I'm going to cook these on each side for about 2.5 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to take them out and put them in a bowl, and then I'll meet you right back here for the next step. Alright guys, so I've taken out all of the meat. I've turned my pan down to low. Now all we're going to do is add in the butter. That in there and scrape up any of the stuck-on bits that is accumulating on the bottom. And once the butter is all nice and melted, you can go ahead and add in all of your garlic. You don't want to cook your garlic too long because you don't want to burn it. Now when you're cooking your meat, if you want the meat to be more done, cook it longer. We like ours medium rare, so I cooked it for about 3 minutes on each side. So now that that is in there, we're going to go ahead and add in our water, some lemon juice, I'm going to use the juice of half of a lemon. You can certainly use more if you want a more brighter flavor. Now that that is all nice and combined, we are going to go ahead and add in the meat and all of the juices right back into this pot or this pan. Now we're just going to turn the heat back up to medium-low and toss it in this beautiful sauce and let that meat heat right back up. Let me switch spoons. Get a little bit bigger of a spoon here so I can toss it a little bit better. Alright, now that is very well coated in that sauce. Now this sauce is going to go great over mashed potatoes or rice. It's beautiful. So go ahead and add in all of your herbs. I like to add herbs right at the end, and go ahead and turn your heat off and give it a nice toss just to coat the meat in that parsley, and you are ready to plate it up. Alright guys, so I've taken them out of the skillet here, and I just put them on a little plate, a little serving plate, and I just squeezed over a little bit more lemon juice just to brighten the flavors up a little bit more. You don't have to add much. And then I just let them rest. I let them rest for about 8 to 10 minutes just so the juices can get sucked back up into that meat. Now I've already gone ahead and cut me off a slice because I am serving this for dinner, and they smell absolutely delicious. It's nice and juicy, and it's so tender, and that outer crust is just beautiful. Now to me this is not spicy. I did add in 1.5 tablespoons of chipotle peppers, but if that is too spicy for you, go ahead and start with a teaspoon, maybe a half of a teaspoon, and work your way up from there, just so you know your heat tolerance. But this is beautiful as is. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you want this recipe or any of my other recipes, you can click my link down in the description box below for my website. It just says the Southern Rustic blog down there. Just click that. It takes you right to my website and you can pull up any recipe that I have. So I'm gonna go dig in, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.